welcome to the Home Yoga Workshop Level 9 Practice. I'm Christine Sensnig-Miller. Now, if you're here at Level 9, hopefully that means that you've already worked with Levels 1 through 8. Level 9 builds on everything in Levels 1 through 8, so please work with them first if you haven't. Unless you have a lot of experience with yoga, then you might be able to just jump right in. But most people will need some background before joining me here in Level 9. So get really clear with what does and doesn't work for you all the way through this program. This program is built around you creating a practice list that contains movements and poses that you really like and that work really well for you and that you want to keep practicing. It's really important that you have that because it's what allows you to make your practice yours versus you being stuck with whatever I lead. It's what allows you to personalize it and own it. So what happens if I lead something that either doesn't work for you or that you feel is a bad idea for your particular body? That's where you pull out your practice list and you find a substitution to what I'm leading from your list that works better for you. So it's a really important tool for you to have. All right, so here in Level 9, our movements and poses are going to get more complex and fancier and more fun. So we're going to learn some new stuff. One, we're going to learn a new Vinyasa sequence where we string movements together with the breath. 2, we'll learn some new balance poses, back bends, and core strengtheners that we haven't met before. We know some of all of those types of poses already, but time for some more. And 3, some other new gems, including an introduction to an inversion, which you haven't seen yet. So all of this raises the question, what makes a yoga practice advanced? Now take a moment to think about what you think makes a yoga practice advanced. Or in other words, what makes a person good at yoga? Is it about the difficulty of the poses and the fancy transitions? Is it how perfect someone is with their alignment? Does it have anything at all to do with how it looks? How have you been thinking about advanced yoga practice so far? I think an advanced yoga practice isn't about the difficulty of the poses or the perfection of alignment. It isn't even anything about how it looks. So what is it if it's not that? Now, I will say you can tell if someone has been practicing for a long time. You can tell if they've been honing how they work with their body and mind together and how they bring their breath and their movement together. But that's not even about the poses that they're doing. It's about how they're doing the poses and how they're bringing it all together. But for the most part, the markers of advanced yoga practice aren't even things that you can observe. So here are 5 things that I consider to be marks of advanced yoga practice. Number 1 is proprioception. It's a big word. You can say it with me, proprioception. And this is the sense of where your body is in space. So it includes your sense of alignment and your sense of where your body parts are in relation to each other and to the world around you. And it includes your ability to get all the parts to work together. It also has to do with the nervous system and perception. So as you practice yoga, watch how your proprioception improves. You start to gain a better sense of how to orient yourself in space, both when you're doing the poses and when you're doing life. The parts work together more easily. So that's proprioception. Number 2 is another big word, interoception. Both of these you probably haven't heard before unless you're somehow involved with bodies and science. Interoceptions is the internal sense of the condition of your body. It involves reading and responding to internal cues. Especially with yoga, this has to do with reading how your breath, your movements, and your transitions feel in your body and adjusting accordingly. So it's like taking feedback from your body, from the internal sense or internal senses in your body. This is an incredibly useful sense for all of life. For one thing, as you cultivate this internal awareness of your physical state, you become more aware of your internal cues in general around health or ill health. So it's a natural process of tuning in and adjusting as you need to. For example, it helps you distinguish if you're hungry, tired, thirsty, or stressed. And the more evolved your interoception is, the more you can distinguish exactly what you need versus it just being a big ball of need. So making that distinction is useful info because it helps you address what needs to be addressed versus trying to meet needs with things that aren't going to meet them. So, for example, it helps you distinguish how sitting one way creates pain, but sitting a different way creates ease. That's another way it plays out. And same thing with how you move around in the world and how you're holding your body, using your muscles, responding to the world around you inside your body. And also it has to do with distinguishing how different ways of breathing and the way you're breathing affects how you're thinking and responding and acting. So that's the mind-body connection again, which we've already talked about. In any case, interoception is about learning to read your physical inner state and knowing how to steer it in the direction that you want to go. So consistent yoga practice helps you get better at doing that, well beyond the time that you actually spend on the mat doing poses. It's a life skill. Number 3, another mark of an advanced practice is the quality of movement and breath working together. This has to do with rhythm, union, focus, concentration, equanimity, and internal quiet. It's about bringing your body and mind together during your practice. The rhythm of both movement and breath are important to this connection. Steady, even, measured movement, synced to steady, even, measured breath is a mark of advanced practice. So breath and movement together. Using the breath to meter the movement, which meters the thought process and the way your mind is working. Number 4, another mark of advanced practice is using your practice to care for your body. It's about paying attention to the needs and responses of your body. So being in tune with your body as an extension of yourself. And that allows you to work with your body as a collaborator. It's about knowing what you need to do and how you need to do it based on what's going on both internally and externally. And this relates to interoception and proprioception. They're not completely separate. And it also relates to most everything else we've been talking about in this workshop. Essentially, in essence, your yoga practice brings you closer to yourself and to your needs in your body and in your mind. And that gives you incredible power to figure out what you need to do and how you need to do it. So, using your practice to care for your body. Then number 5 is using your practice to quiet your mind. As we've discussed before in other levels, the rhythmical breath and movement create equilibrium. They quiet your mind and hone your focus. You can use your yoga practice to prime yourself for meditation or prayer or simply turning inward and listening. To quiet your mind, you can especially make use of the pauses at the end of each exhalation, especially during the final relaxation pose at the end of your practice, which is everybody's favorite pose. So a person with an advanced yoga practice uses the physical practice of his or her body to work with his or her mental states, and also as a doorway into increased stillness, focus, and meditation, however he or she defines meditation. Definitely an advanced yoga practitioner understands that we're working with the mind and awareness as well as the body, and all of that is very important. So, as you advance your practice here in level 9 and beyond, keep these 5 things in mind as the real heart of the matter. Yes, you'll become more capable physically because that's what happens when you steadily and consistently give your body new tasks. But that's not the main point. Your practice can evolve and become increasingly advanced no matter what level you're working at physically, and no matter what types of poses you're doing. All right, so that's the little talk and reflection for this practice about what is going on. There are 4 things I want you to do or consider before you proceed with the rest of level 9. So number 1, as I already talked about a little bit, learn what's going on with levels 1 through 8. So make sure you know how to navigate your way through everything that we did there, and know how to make substitutions as you need to. So feel really comfortable with everything you're doing in levels 1 through 8 before you take on level 9. And don't move too quickly through the levels. If you do, you'll get lost and confused. So make sure that your mind and your body have integrated each level before you move on to the next. Number 2, also, as I mentioned, by now you should have a well-developed practice list. Be really clear about what's in it, know what you're doing with everything that you've written down, know what you know, and sometimes just to practice, lead yourself in your own yoga practice using your practice list. That will give you a lot more ownership of your experience and not make you dependent on following me and not make you stuck with whatever I'm doing. You can create your own sequence and sort of way of managing the time that you have to practice. It'll really help you integrate everything that you've learned so far. So by now, definitely some of the time, you have hopefully an extensive enough practice list that you can do that. Number 3, work with the level 9 tutorial before you proceed. So there's a level 9 tutorial that corresponds to this level 9 practice. It is really important because it teaches you everything that you need to know in level 9 and teaches you how to adapt and modify everything so that you can, once again, make it your own, figure out what you're doing with everything that we do in level 9. And then lastly, number 4, I want to just talk about plow pose. And that is a new pose that we're going to learn at the end of this practice. So I also talk about it a lot in the tutorial, but just I want to mention it in both places. Plow pose is among my favorite yoga postures, and I do it pretty much every day. I don't remember a day when I haven't done it. So it's great for neck tension, shoulder tension, back tension. It's good for headaches. However, it's not right for everybody all the time. It's something you need to work up to doing if you're going to do it at all. In the level 9 tutorial, I talk about how to work up to it and how to use props to modify your plow pose when you're starting out. But plow pose in general, no matter how it's modified, may not be a good idea for you if you have any neck trauma, such as an injury or surgery. And it may also not be good if your neck is otherwise compromised, like deterioration of your vertebrae from arthritis or a condition called spinal stenosis. If you have neck issues, be really cautious and maybe consult with whoever is overseeing the care of your condition. Plow pose is an inversion, which means that your hips are higher than your heart. And that does interesting and often useful things for your circulatory system. However, if you have untreated high blood pressure, then that can be an issue, that challenge to your circulatory system. So, as always, pay attention, listen to your body, listen to your own experience, experiment gently, slowly, and cautiously. See if plow pose is good for you. And if you're unsure, speak to your healthcare provider or someone else who can consult with your specific situation and knows what's going on. Those are the things for you to do or consider before proceeding with level 9. But I also want to mention 2 other things that are below this video. So first is, there's a bunch of disclaimers, liability considerations, and general instructions about how to listen to your body and do no harm. And then 2, there's an index for this level 9 practice. It's really helpful if you print that out and you can use it to figure out what we're doing with level 9 and to build your practice list. So it gives you terminology. It makes it easier for you to write down what you know, because it'll help you put names to things. And you can also scribble on it about modifications that you figure out, and then you can have your practice index with you while you practice to help you remember what you figured out to do for each of the different poses that are new. So, if this is your first time to use this video, stop it here, go print out level 9 index, work with the level 9 tutorial until you're comfortable with it, and then come back and proceed farther into this adventure with me and do the home yoga workshop level 9 practice. Now, if you've done all those things already and you're ready for the level 9 practice, meet me in mountain pose at the front of your mat and I will see you there. Okay, we're gonna get started with Sun Salutation A. So stand in mountain pose at the front of the mat and exhale. On the inhale, arms come up, lengthen the front. Exhale, forward fold, knees soft, long spine. Inhale, half arch, look up and lengthen. Exhale, feet back, knees down and lower, all on one exhale. Inhale, cobra, and then exhale, downward facing dog. Let the spine lengthen, spread your fingers out, wait through the whole palm. Heels sinking, hips lifting, backs of the legs long. Exhale, soften your knees, lengthen your spine. Inhale, feet up to half arch, look up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, stand up using your legs, lengthen out the front. And exhale, mountain pose. Next one, inhale up, lengthen the front. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half arch. Exhale, hands plant, feet back and lower, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. breathe. Exhale, soften knees, lengthen spine. Inhale, feet up, half arch, look up, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, use the legs, stand up, lengthen the front. Exhale, mountain pose. Inhale, arms up, long front. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half arch. Exhale, hands plant, feet back, lower. Inhale, back bend of your choice. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, three-legged dog, right leg up. Exhale, lunge, right foot up between your hands. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, windmill the arms down through lunge, lower to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, three-legged dog, left leg up. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, through a lunge all the way down to chaturanga, elbow height. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Move around, see what needs to happen. Then inhale, bear, look up. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, bear again. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, bear, spine is parallel to the floor, knees hover. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, bear, and exhale, down dog. Next exhale, lengthen. Inhale to half arch. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, stand all the way up, reach up, lengthen the front, and exhale, mountain pose. East-west vinyasa. Inhale, long front, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half arch, look up, exhale, palms plant, lower, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, three-legged dog, right leg. Exhale, lunge, right foot steps up. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle of your choice. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, half moon. Use a block if you need to. Inhale, hold half moon, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, crescent, left foot steps back, arms go up. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, revolve to reverse triangle, turning to the right. Exhale, intense side stretch. And then inhale, warrior one. Exhale, through the lunge, all the way down to chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, three-legged dog, left leg up. Exhale, lunge, left foot forward. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle of your choice, 2 options. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, half moon. Inhale, hold it. And on your next exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, crescent. Right foot is stepping back. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, reverse triangle, twisting to the left, and then exhale, intense side stretch. Inhale, warrior 1. Exhale, chaturanga, or to the floor. Inhale, back bend of your choice. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, feet walk back to plank. And then exhale, side plank. And you're going to do this on one side and then the other. Each inhale, hips lift. You make a curve. On the exhale, hips sink and the arms lower, or arm lowers. Go at your own rate. Your feet are offset. The top leg, that foot is in front. So breath by breath, inhale up, exhale down, using the arms. And then exhale over to the other side. Same thing, work at your rate. Side plank with an arch. Every inhale, you're going up. Every exhale, you're going down. You could always drop down to your forearms to do this if your wrists are bothering you. You could also do side plank with your knees down if you just need to take some time to build up the strength. Breath by breath. And then exhale back to plank. And all the way to child's pose. Arms by your sides. Circular child's pose. On the inhale, you're going up. On the exhale, you're going down. Doesn't matter which side you start with. Same circular child's poses. Inhaling into a camel and exhaling to child's pose. Breath by breath at your own rate. Let your breath determine the rate of your movement, so you don't have to match me. Let your body tell you when it's time to move. Whenever it's time to breathe in, that's one movement. Whenever it's time to breathe out, that's another movement. Let it be natural. Let it be free. No force. Your body's just moving and breathing. And then hair pose, a little shoulder stretch here. Fingers are interlaced, crown of the head on the floor. Clasp fists traveling up towards the ceiling. Shoulder stretch. Exhale back down to child's pose. Inhale up to hands and knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, feet up, half arch. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, stand up, lengthen the front. Exhale, mountain pose. East-west vinyasa again. Inhale, arms up, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half arch. Exhale, palms plant, feet back, lower. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, three-legged dog, right leg up. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, warrior 1. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, warrior 2. And then exhale, half moon. Inhale, hold it. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, crescent, left leg steps back, arms lift up. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, reverse, revolve, triangle to the right, looking up past your right fingers. Exhale, intense side stretch. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, chaturanga, or to the floor, you decide. Inhale, back bend of your choice. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Other side, inhale, three-legged dog, left leg up. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, half moon. Inhale, hold it and balance. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, crescent, right foot steps back. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, revolved reverse triangle to the right, or rather to the left. Exhale, intense side stretch. Inhale, warrior one. And exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, twisting side plank, side to side. So you're going to exhale on each side. Inhale and center. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Set your own rhythmical rate of breath. Remember, you could just go side to side without lifting that bottom leg up. You could just move into side plank, one side and then the other. You could also be doing this on your forearms. You could also be doing it on your knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let your neck relax. Breathe. Next, exhale, lengthen the spine, and then inhale, feet up, come to half arch. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, stand all the way up. Reach up, lengthen the front. Exhale, mountain pose. All right, 5-pointed star on the inhale. Prepare, hands to hips, going into wide leg forward fold. On the exhale, you're folding, hands come down to the mat. Inhale, look up, lengthen your spine, and exhale, fold. So we've learned a couple different things that you could be doing with your hands here. In the position I'm demonstrating, you can use your hands to grip the mat and help work your head back into that center line. Your head does not need to touch the floor. You're just going to work with this shape, however it works for you. Next, inhale, look up, lengthen your spine. Exhale, wiggle the feet in, hands to hips. Inhale, stand up, knees are bent. And exhale, step back to mountain pose. Yogi squat, also known as garland pose. Inhale, get set up, and exhale, work your way down into the squat. And breathe, couple breaths. Forehead towards your hands can help finish out that curve through the spine. Your tailbone is curving forward and down. Toes are pointing straight ahead. Knees are over ankles. Forearms parallel to the floor. It's like your forearms are spacers for the knees. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands to hips, stand up using your legs. And exhale, come back to facing forward. Grab your strap, dancer 2 with the strap. Get the strap in position, get it over your right ankle, hang on where you hang on based on the tutorial, and exhale into your dancer 2 and breathe. You've learned some options for this, ways to modify, lots of possibilities. Looking for length through the front of the body, especially on the right side. Next, exhale, come down and release. Set up for the other side. When you're ready, you're going to inhale into your dancer 2 and breathe, finding just the right amount of tension through your arms, using your triceps. You adjust where your hands are hanging onto the strap. Give yourself just the right amount of tension and the right amount of ease so that it feels equal. And then exhale, release that. Come out of it. Set up warrior 1, and then take your right hand to your right hip, left arm into reverse fly. Exhale, warrior 3 and a row. Inhale, warrior 1, reverse fly. Exhale, warrior 3, row. Inhale, warrior 1, reverse fly. Exhale, warrior 3, row. Inhale, exhale. You got the idea. Movement and breath going together here. Inhale, exhale. Then switch to the other side. Same thing. Set up warrior 1. Then left hand to left hip, right arm back. Inhale, and then exhale, warrior 3 and a row. Inhale, warrior 1, reverse fly. Exhale, warrior 3, row. Inhale, warrior 1, reverse fly. Exhale, warrior 3, row. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. And then inhale, just come up out of it, mountain pose. Exhale there, inhale, arms up, lengthen the front. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half arch. Exhale, feet back and lower all the way down this time, preparing for flying locust. Arms extend. And then on the inhale, lift up. Exhale, legs wide, elbows bend. Inhale, lift, and exhale. Keep going with your breath. Inhale and exhale. One movement for each part of the breath. Your legs are just going as far apart as they can go. And your shoulders are lifting up as high as they can go. And your hands are as high as your shoulders when you exhale, if that works. Bending elbows about 90 degrees on each exhale. Keep going with your rate of breath. Moving and breathing. And exhale, lower all the way down. Let's do a prone twist. You're gonna go side to side, taking one foot towards the opposite hand with no pain. This should feel fine. You only go as far as you can go, so it doesn't matter if the foot doesn't touch that hand. It's just a reference point. Moving towards that hand, you're looking the opposite way each time, opposite of the direction that foot is going. Look away from the foot. If you can remember that, then it will make sense. And relax. Okay, come up to prepare for dolphin. So forearms to the mat as wide as your shoulders. Come to dolphin. Feet walk up, hips lift. breathe. Prepare. Inhale, forearm plank, look up, get your body in a line. Couple of breaths. And shortly, we're gonna put our knees down, and now forearm kicks of fire, right leg first. So you're using your core to control your hips. You're not feeling anything bad through your low back. It's just like you're kicking your right foot directly up into the ceiling, using glutes and hamstring to do this movement. Going at your own pace. Exhale when you kick up. Switch sides. Same amount of time on this side. You can count if you want, or you can just go as long as I let you go. Making sure you have that control through the core. If you start to feel like you're losing control, you can just calm down and work with forearm plank, either on your knees or with knees up. Couple more. And then we are going to work back into child's pose. Next, exhale and breathe. Let it all settle. Next inhale, come up. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, plank, and exhale, lower. Preparing for bow, bend your knees, then alternately reach your hand back towards one ankle and then the other. So you don't even have to touch your ankle. You're just going as far that way as you can, making your back work, making your sides work. Really good for posture, making the whole upper back work. Eventually, if you can grab your ankles and then kick your ankles into your hands in order to lift up into bow pose. If that doesn't work out, just keep working with the bow prep where you're reaching side to side, one side and then the other. That is also fine. Couple breaths. Lifting. Once again, the feet are kind of pushing up towards the ceiling as much as they can, and that's pulling your arms back so your shoulders are going back and up. Exhale, release down, push into your hands, work back to child's pose, lengthen out everything that was just working so hard. Inhale, come up to hands and knees, and then exhale, lower to the floor. Our boat variation, this hybrid movement, so knees wide, feet together, forehead resting on the hands. Each inhale, you're just gonna lift your knees and your feet up as much as you can with your knees wide and soles of the feet moving as much together as you can. I cannot get my feet together very well. And eventually come up to skydiver arms, just lifting the upper body up while the knees and feet are also lifting up as much as you can. And then exhale back to child's pose once again and breathe. Relax. Next inhale, come up to hands and knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, feet come forward and through into preparing for forward fold, legs extended. So you could do that transition a number of ways. On the inhale, you lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Hang on wherever you hang on for your forward fold. Bit by bit, you can work more deeply into the pose. Let the backs of the legs lengthen gradually. Steady, even breath. Last exhale, then inhale up to boat of your choice. Your boat, your way. using the core to maintain that V shape, no matter what you're doing with the legs or the arms. Next, exhale, lower your hands, and then inhale, lift, or just think about lifting. Exhale, back to boat, steady gaze, steady breath. So at that in-between transition, you can also just hug the knees to your chest, or you can put your palms on the floor and lift up as much as you can, even if your hips don't come up. So exhale, release, inhale, lift or something, and exhale, release, inhale, boat, breathe your breath. Exhale, release, plant your hands, inhale up, exhale down, and we're done with boat for now. Inhale, reverse plank, internally rotating the legs, toes pointing in. Breathe, exhale, release, setting up for head to knee pose. Left knee bends, fold over that right leg. Right toes point up towards the ceiling. Left knee sinks towards the floor. Hinge in the hips. And breathe. Next, inhale, come up. Exhale, release, inhale, set up for side two, right knee bends, prepare, lengthen the spine, and on the exhale, fold over that straight left leg. Steady breath. Inhale, lift your head. Exhale, release the pose. Then set up for bound angle. I'm going to sit on a yoga block here. You don't have to do that. Depends what works best for you. Open the soles like the pages of a book. Lengthen the spine and exhale, fold down. Hinging in the hips. Inhale, come up, and exhale, release. Wide leg forward fold, take your feet wide, make sure backs of the legs are making contact with the floor, fold down, hands go wherever they go for you. Holding in center first. And then inhale up, exhale, fold over your left leg. We're going to revolve this pose, stacking right shoulder over left, reaching that right hand however far it goes towards the left foot. Then inhale up, exhale to side two. So it's a little bit of a twist through the upper body. Folding over the right leg, right shoulder going down, left shoulder going up. Exhale, release. Inhale, back to regular wide leg forward fold. And then exhale. Inhale, little back bend. And release the pose. Knees go side to side. Windshield wiper knees for a second. And now back to boat. So wide boat crunches. We're going to exhale, come into a crunch position like a boat. And then inhale, wide boat. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Keep going at your rate. You could also just hold regular boat or wide boat, or do any other boat pose variation that you know. You can switch it up, especially if you're doing this practice a lot. Sometimes alternate, do a different boat pose, different kind of boat pose here. Now hold wide boat and breathe. And then release. Reverse table, set up your position. And then every exhale, one hand comes to the opposite foot, going side to side. So you'll exhale, hand to toe, inhale and center. Exhale, hand to toe, inhale, center. Steady gaze to help you balance. Hips lift as high as they can. I'm not doing a great job with it on this video, but as much as you can, keep lifting. Then we'll release. Okay, another boat variation. On the inhale, arms up, feet touch. Exhale, you curl in and lift the knees. So hands come down, hands pull in every breath. Exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Your own rate, using control through your core to make this work. All right, inhale up, reverse plank, and exhale, release. Now, bridge pose. You can do the bridge pose that you learned at the beginning, or do this version where the toes point out to opposite directions, heels together, feet move a little farther from your hips. That can give you a little more height and length. And breathe. Back so the arms are pressing down. Next exhale, release. And prepare for upward facing bow. Now you could just do this preparation, or you can push up partway to the crown of your head, or all the way, as much as you can extend up. You're gonna feel length through the whole front of the body. Palms are pressing. Steady breath. No need to panic. You could do a push-up or two from the up bow position. And then lower down, hug knees to chest, rock side to side. Letting everything settle back out. Happy baby pose. Hang on to the outsides of the feet, hips stretch. Soles of the feet point up towards the ceiling. And then lift your hips. This reverse curl. It's just lifting the hips. It's a preparation for plow pose, getting your core muscles ready to do this action. Use the core to lift the hips. Then moving into our leg lift to plow. On the inhale, legs lower and hover over the floor. Exhale into plow. Inhale and exhale. Now we learned to do this in the tutorial. You definitely should have figured this out in the tutorial before you're trying it here in the practice. Making sure the neck is okay, weight is on your shoulders. You do tend to slide around on the mat when you do this, so you'll find yourself inching towards the foot end of the mat. But you can always move around afterwards. Doesn't matter if you touch the floor, you just go as far in that direction as you can. Now, side to side with the legs. Legs are up in center and then going to one side and then the other. Exhale as they lower on either side. using the core to control this movement, to make it happen. The whole middle of the body is working, as you know by now. Leg circles, the fun one. So inhale when the legs go away from you, exhale as they move up towards you. Go a couple times in one direction. I'm doing 5 here. You decide, depends how fast or slow you want to move. And then reverse the direction, go the opposite way. Moving with your breath. Once you're done with that, you'll have to inch back up to the head end of the mat because you'll probably split around a little bit. Prepare for flowing bridge. We have to check the paper to remember what we want to do here. It's a chance for you to look at your PDF handout. So on the inhale, lift the hips. On the exhale, roll down the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. Inhale up. Exhale down, flowing bridge, making space between the vertebrae every time you come down. Keep going with your own rate of breath. Then next stretch, turn your head to one side. Turn your head to the other side. And then prepare for supine spinal twist. Knees up over hips, palms towards the ceiling. Exhale, knees to the right, gaze to the left. You could use your right hand to weigh down that top knee if that feels like a good option. You could also put support under your knees on either side. Couple breaths. So inhale back to center. Exhale, knees to the left, gaze to the right. Wringing out the dish rag. Steady breath. Inhale back up to center. Set up for figure 4, also known as thread the needle, left ankle up on top of the right knee. Hang on where you hang on. Hip stretch for the left leg. Using the right leg to steer the left leg into a stretch. Slowly switch sides. Now you're going to hang on to the left leg while the right leg stretches. The left leg supports the right leg, letting the right knee move millimeters away from your torso. Find the stretch that's just right. Release, hug both knees into your chest, rock side to side. Let it settle. Hands behind your knees. Let's rock forward and back a couple times using the core, making your spine into a rocking horse. Come up, boat pose just for fun, and then release. Come to sitting. You don't have to turn on your mat. I'm just turning so that you can see me. We are going to do half Lord of the Fishes, right leg up and left leg around. It doesn't matter which side you do. You know this pose. Pick a side. Do your version. You're going to look away from the leg that's up. Option to bind. Whatever you're doing, make sure your spine is long and tall and you're really lengthening out through the crown of your head as much as you can. You shouldn't be hunching over at all. You want to allow space for your vertebrae to move. Once again, using your core to create that length. Counter twist the other way. Inhale back to center. Set up for the other side. Same thing, take your time. One side may be different from the other, so you always want to work into it in stages. Pay attention. Modify as you need to. A bind is not necessary, but if it's there, you're welcome to go for it. Steady gaze, steady breath. Next exhale, release. Inhale, counter twist to the other side. Exhale, back to center. Set up for easy seat. Again, you decide which leg is going to be in front. That side is going to stretch the most. Feet under knees. On the exhale, walk the hands forward, hinging at the hips. Relax your neck. Inhale up to center. Let's exhale, go over the lateral reach away from the stretch. So you're increasing length through your low back on the side that is stretching the most. Inhale back to center. Exhale, set up for side two. Opposite leg in front. That's the stretching side. Exhale. Walk the hands forward. Easy seat, also known as Sukhasana. Inhale back to center. Exhale, lateral reach away from your stretching side. Creating a little more length through the low back and upper hip. Inhale, come up to center. Exhale, release. Half lotus. You again pick which side goes first. Option to repeat easy seat for sure, or do any other seated or reclining pose that you would like to do if this is not a good option for you. Option to twist and bind. Once again, long, tall, spiraling spine. Next exhale, release. Maybe hands walk forward, knees have to be okay with this. No discomfort in the knees. Relaxed neck. On the inhale, come back up. And breathe. Starting to shift gears. This is the bridge between the physical postures and then the more meditative posture of Savasana, the one we do at the very end. Switch sides. Half lotus on side two. To twist and bind. If you're doing a different pose than the half lotus, make sure you're switching sides at this point. Spiraling, looking away, looking behind you as much as you can. On the inhale, release. Exhale, come forward with the hands. Breathe. Inhale back up to center. Sit for a little bit. Hands on your knees can give you a little more stretch. It's a little bit of weight there on your knees. Can be helpful. And then release that. Knees go side to side, windshield wipers. And then lay down. Savasana, the final relaxation pose. Set it up. Get situated. You know by now what you need to do to make this work. Get support as you need to. Get a blanket as you need to. Roll blanket under your neck. By now, it doesn't take a whole lot of time. You know what's going on. Scan your body, see how it feels. As you scan it, see what else can lengthen, what else can soften, what can settle, what can dissolve. Work with gravity. Explore letting go bit by bit. Breath rising. Breath falling. Sense the changes and pressure throughout your whole body, each breath in, each breath out. Let your whole body breathe. Just being, breathing, existing as a body laying on the floor. For this window of time, there's no judgment, no analysis, no protection, no fear, no holding, no resentment, no need to be right, and even no need to change. Explore letting go of those tensions a bit more with each exhale. And see what comes. Then to come out, deepen your breath a little bit more. Start working your way up. Rolling onto one side, then using your hands, pushing hands into the floor to help you sit up. Get oriented. Choose any seated position. And namaste. Thank you for practicing.